Welcome to Akihabara. My name is Kodama. I will be your guide for today's bike taxi tour. I'd like to introduce the attractions of Akihabara through 5 food goods restaurants in this town. While you enjoy the real view around you, image on the table screen in front of you and VR video. Before start the tour, let me share some rules of this tour. First, please stay at your seat for your safety. Second, you can take pictures during the tour. However, please don't take any pictures of passengers and boys and girls in made custom handing out flyers on the streets directly. Third, please refrain from posting pictures on SNS if you can see the faces of passengers and girls clearly on them. At one place during the tour, you will get off the taxi and wear VR headset to enjoy 360 degrees VR video. Now, let's start Akihabara tour. What image do you have of Akihabara? This town is well known to be an electric town or a mecca of subculture. However, Akihabara is also a government town where a lot of fine good restaurants, a wide visitors and gather. In 2000s, Akihabara became a tourist site which gathered attention from all over the world and a mecca of otaku culture or subculture, famous for manga or comic, anime or animated films and video games. At the same time, the town functioned as a center of IT industry, and many businesses came in, and big office buildings was built. And the number of visitors and workers in Akihabara rapidly increased. The number of restaurants, and then people also increased in a short period. Actually, there was kind of vegetable and fruit market, the biggest vegetable and fruits market in Japan, in front of present JR Akihabara Station from 1928 and 1989. Fresh vegetables and fruits from throughout Japan were on the market for about 60 years. Some restaurants loved by the market workers from that time still keep their business going and make the variety of restaurants in this town richer and more interesting. This tower recommends 10 restaurants in Akihabara that carefully selected by Akihabara exercise. First, the taxi heads for a side street lined with small shops by the JR Akihabara station. While running, let me tell you briefly how Akihabara had come to be called a mecca of otaku or a mecca of subculture. Until 40 years ago, Akihabara was a leading town of home electrical applications in the world. Many electric appliance stores gathered and sold the largest models of television, refrigerator, air conditioners, and audio products, and many people came to the town to buy those products. Also, foreign people who came to Japan for sightseeing or business visit Akihabara to buy made in Japan brand goods of high quality and inexpensive. That made good souvenirs. Thus, Akihabara furnished more and more. Then stores dealt with personal computer and devices became the mainstream of the town, and Akihabara became PASCOM or professional computer town that attracted many PC lovers. Many of PC lovers also loved manga or comic, anime or animated films, and video game. Nationally, shops delight with manga, anime, and video game related goods increased greatly. Finally, present Akihabara, well known and a maker of otaku, was formed. By the way, those who love and know well manga, anime, video game, and PC are called otaku in Japan, and the press otaku culture often used for subculture. However, for children these days, manga, anime, video games do not mean subculture and more but meaning culture, a part of their ongoing life. For them, Akihabara may be more special space beyond a maker of otaku in the future. You will see the latter outline on the building just in front of you. It is a station building opened in 2012. This improved the image of Akihabara Station, allowed student and female visitors feel comfortable. Events collaborating with animation are often held here. Step on here and you will reside now you are in Akihabara. On the left-hand side in the Akihabara radio icon, the most well-known landmark in Akihabara with big yellow sign. If you took a look at shops inside, you can tell what are now in Akihabara. This is a very birthplace of PC in Japan, where NEC sold the first microcomputer kit named TKAT in 1976. Present radio icon hosts many pop culture shops representing Akihabara. Look at your right side. Inside of the building is the parts market, the organ of Akihabara Electric Town. There is no other place in the world where electric parts and device shops concentrate like this. Everybody enjoys making things by hand. That contributes to the technological development of Japan. You'll see a lot of duty-free store buildings around the station. In front of you is Chuo or Central Street. This is the main street of Akihabara with the very image of the maker of otaku. Some visitors come to Akihabara to just take pictures of the street and get safeties. Now coming into view in the travel direction of Mansebashi Bridge over Kanda River. Beyond the bridge, can you see red brick arched costumes? That is the elevated railway of JR line. Once there was Mansebashi Station there, being a transformation station where passengers changed the trains or trams. The site was always buzzed with many people. Now, Mansebashi Station was renovated and a shopping factory named Ameko AQ and opened in 2013. The old red brick arch and stairs and attraction to the factory where shops and cafe of the same chain test across your introductory currency. Look at in front of you. You can see ordinary vectors of the subline. The electric railway of the subline was extended from Ryogoku to Ochanomizu in 1932. Its height is the same level with the three-third building, far higher than the Yamanote Line, another electric railway. People came all the way to have a look over them. There is a beautiful arched shaft, Hatagocho, with viaduct nearby. You can see that later. Now, Onoden is on your left side. This is a duty-free store. Later, you will enjoy Victor Railway experience at this store. The taxi is going toward the bank street. In the short time, the first shop will be coming into view on your left side. Now, let me introduce the first restaurant of Akihabara food lovers' recommendation. This is Torio Keisuke, a ramen noodle shop. Do you like ramen? Japanese ramen, first introduced from China, developed in unique ways in Japan. Now, ramen is loved and well known as one of the repressed cuisine in Japan by many people in the world. There are so many different tastes of ramen, with different soup such as salt, soy sauce, and miso pasta base, as well as different thickness of noodles. Different ramen shop offers different ramen, and you will be attracted by the diversity and deep world of ramen. Among many ramen shops in Akihabara, this Torio Keisuke is very exclusive and officers of the one and only ramen. The menu to boast about of this shop is a bowl of ramen topped with roasted chicken leg. The operations of the menu is full of impact and so spectacular, so you associates should be excited. The creamy soup with rich chicken broth is so tasty. Other menus are also popular. For example, ramen with simple soy sauce-based soup made of fish and chicken broth, and tsukemen, rainbow noodle served spread with very rich sauce. Try any menu of this shop, and you will never forget the unique ramen shop. Now, on your right side is the electric railway of the subline. The reason why so many railways were erected was because the Meiji government ordered and such, in order to avoid obstructing traffic by laying road underground. Soon, You can see beautiful arch-summed Adagocho viaduct. Please look up your right upper side when the taxi turns to the left. Its bright green color is beautiful, isn't it? And the red brick arch viaduct is in front of you. Those arch structure was built in more than 100 years ago, when the first Mansebashi station was built in 1912, or the Chuo line was extended to Tokyo Station in 1909. Next, let me introduce the so-called idol culture in Akihabara. On the 7th floor of pastel building with a red signboard up ahead of your right on the other side of the street, PARMS Center is located. There you can see the performance of popular idol groups such as Kamen Joshi or Mask Girls. Speaking of idol group, the most famous one in Akihabara is AKB48. For the past dozen years or so, Akihabara is the town where not only items, but also idols are produced. The way ecstatic fans cheer up their idols with thought and performance because well-known and popular as otage, or otaku performers, and those fans are called idol otaku. Soon, you will enjoy their experience and honor them. Where we passed by and Chuo Street. Onoden is a duty-free store and electric retail store. Onoden deals not only in products made and visitors from foreign countries, but also from Japan. For example, Japanese traditional craft selection is on the ground floor that introduce Japanese hard work of high quality. Not other shops collect nor display many Japanese traditional crafts of high quality and well and wide-ranged variation and one selection like Onoden. The second and the third floor are home appliance selection. The fourth floor is pop culture selection, where all shops deal in pop culture related goods that represent today's Akihabara. I suppose now you feel hungry. Here, please enjoy VR video or 3 restaurants you will pass by later. With VR headset, you can enjoy 360 degrees image as you move your head and eyes in different directions. Please enjoy experiencing the visual visit to the restaurants. It will be spectral. How was your VR experience and how did you like the 3 restaurants appeared in the VR video? I will give you more detailed explanation of each restaurant when you pass by them later. The taxi is going toward the back street. Girls in costume often hand out flyers on the street. Please refrain from taking direct photos of them and avoid posting any photos on SNS if you can see faces of passengers of those girls clearly. The next Akihabara food lovers recommendation in Akatsuka. What is your impressions of the application? It looks as if time stopped here for decades, doesn't it? There is such a restaurant with a long history in Akihabara town. Akatsuka opened in 1954. When Japanese people worked hard to rebuild the country after the Second World War. More than 60 years since then, Akatsuka has been loved by local people and watched the change of town. The wooden table and counter of the restaurant has warm atmosphere and remind you of good old Japan. Popular menus include miso taste style of chicken skin and liver, seasons of fresh fish in season from Toyosu Fish Market. Don't you think it's the best joy and enjoy beautiful and sophistical Japanese season, representing Japanese changing season with shake? Nowadays, the restaurant has more young ladies and foreign guests in addition to long-time regular guests and office workers of the neighborhood. Please feel the history of Akihabara and Japanese culture and Akatsuka. There is Kotobukiya, one of the top figurine and plastic model makers in Japan, and Super Tomato, a well-known retro video game shop in and out of Japan. There are many interesting shops on the Bank Street. The street in front of you is Kandamyojin Street. Can you see a building across the road with a cute pink ribbon and hard-shelled object? That is the mark of At-Home Cafe, a well-known and popular made coffee in Akihabara. Welcomed by Mel-san, you enjoy the introductory word forgetting your ordinary life, quite similar to Japanese tradition or Chiki Asobi culture, in which you are introduced by Maigo-san. The taxi takes Chuo Street, the main street in Akihabara, to get to the next restaurant. SoftMap Akihabara personal computer and digital store on your left side has eSports Studio Akihabara on the 7th floor. Do you know eSports? eSports is an abbreviation of electrical sports and a form of competition using computer games or video games. eSports is not so much familiar in Japan yet. However, its player population is more than 100 million in the world, and in some countries like USA, professional gamers are recognized to be professional sports players. On your left side is G-Twin Store. Jitun is a gaming machine brand Japanese PC maker mouse computer. PC market was lectures a few years ago, but recently it is getting successful again. One factor is heavy demand for PC with necessary spec for virtual meeting, telework, or remote work under the concurrent pandemic. The other is demand for gaming PC with even higher spec for esports. If you have no idea about present video game circumstance, please make a visit to Jitun, and your impression of video game will totally change. This tour street turns into a pedestrian present on every Sunday. Many people enjoy walking on the car-free street. In autumn, the leaves of roadside ginkgo trees turn bright yellow and look very beautiful. By the way, one of the reasons why ginkgo is often chosen as the roadside tree is because it is strong against fire, and its trunk and leaves keep a lot of water. Those roadside ginkgo trees block strong sun of summer season and absorb carbon dioxide and improve the environment and moreover protect us from fire. Now let me introduce another Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The third one is Akihabara Nagomito, a cafe located on the basement floor of the building on the opposite corner. It appeared in the VR video. Are you on Instagram? Instagram is a free online photos sharing application and so-called network platform used by 1 billion people over the world. Instagram is also popular in Japan with more than 33 million users, and once a Japanese word, Insta-by means Instamic, or perfect photos for Instagram was in fashion. This Akihabara Nagomito is interesting cafe and being talked about a lot. The concept of the cafe is taste of Taisho era from 1912 to 1926, when European culture was introduced into Japanese lifestyle. Old books and articles center a nice space with mosaic taste, and anyone cannot help taking pictures. This cafe is also unique, and it offers about 10,000 comic books, and the guests can read as they like. There are private rooms beside the coffee area, and you can enjoy relaxing time reading manga. Not only that, shower rooms, retail notes PCs, as well as butter changed are available. Because of this good service, quite a few people work from Nagomito. By the way, a Japanese word Nagomi used in the name of the cafe means feeling of calmness and relaxing. If you visit Akihabara Nagomito, the cafe should relax your heart. Let me introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The fourth restaurant is Gyosha. It is on your right hand side, the opposite side of the road. If you ask the Japanese people, which food do you like most? A Susan always among the top is Hamburg. Hamburg originally came from overseas and evolved in unique ways in Japan, just like ramen noodle. Today, Hamburg is popular food and loved by people of a wide age group. Hamburg in Japan is so soft that many foreign guests oh and I just after having a built. Popular good hamburger restaurant in Akihabara is this Gyusha. Hamburg made of 100% beef including famous Wagyu. It is very juicy and has a delicious and soft feel in the mouth. Take one bite and the meat float spilled throughout your mouth. Please make a choice among 5 different sauces such as pepper or garlic. After another popular menu, here is curry and rice topped with the popular Hamburg. Curry is so savory and has plenty of beef meat and salmon stewed in red wine and is talked about a lot. Believe or not, the restaurant offers a big-sized hamburger and heavy and 1 kilo. Why don't you try the heavy hamburger to make an unforgettable memory at Akihabara? Let me introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The 5th restaurant is Bengal. The previous restaurant, Gyusha, had a curry menu, and Bengal is a curry specialist restaurant. Curry always also come from overseas and evolved in unique ways in Japan, just like ramen food and Hamburg. It is common in Japan to have a curry with rice, and curry and rice is a regular menu of school lunch in the elementary and junior high school, and many Japanese people loved it since their childhood. Among many curry specialist restaurants in Akihabara, Bengal boasts the longest history. It opened in 1973. Since then, it has been loved by people in Akihabara from almost 50 years. The owner said that some guests who used to come to Bengal when they were young often visited to the restaurant again with their family. The restaurant has a comfortable atmosphere that makes you feel at home, and your lady often visit here to enjoy nice curry in relaxing space. All curry menus are cooked here with special curry powder made by mixing various separate herbs. Representative menu is filling beef curry with chunk of beef meat. It is fragrant savory and has moderate sourness and bitterness. You will never get tired to eat this curry. After enjoying space curry and rice, sweet gourd lassi with cinnamon onion will hit the spot. Please try those special curry and rice with long history that you can enjoy only in Akihabara. Let's move on to next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The 6th shop I introduced is the Maid Cafe, named Honey, operating in VR video. Maid Cafe represents the culture in Akihabara, a maker of otaku. It's one of so-called customer place cafes where waitresses in maid customer welcome guests and their master of plans and give them hospitality. Maid Cafe has enjoyed high popularity among not only Japanese but also foreign people since its birth in 2001 and replacing commerce contract in Akihabara. Honey is a very popular maid cafe with men and women. Even beginners who never been to any maid cafe would enter easily. Actually, there are various kinds of made coffees of different concepts and service. Honey's good point is its friendly maids who welcome guests with hospitality and directly handmade food. You can enjoy a motley rice on which made sun-dried cute pictures use cap-chopped or handmade cake break a cafe every day for exemplary price, also almost the same with common coffee. Let's move on to the next shop of Akihabara food lovers recommendation, Testo Izakaya Railway Train Little TJ Way, located on the fourth floor of the building on the left-hand side of you. The side that there are about 2 million train butters in Japan. Train system in Japan is very advanced and developed in unique ways, and the train is always operated very punctually. Let me introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The Ace restaurant is Pizzala and Bar Noga. With its being travel side this year, the hotels, amusement, and charters have been built on one after another. Noga Hotel on the left-hand side is also new hotel built in 2020. A restaurant on the ground floor of the hotel is Pizzala and Bar Noga. The spacious restaurant consists of a common restaurant area and coastal bar area, and its high-class atmosphere makes the place to be a chic spot for social interaction. If you sat on the chairs on the upper floor, you would be able to enjoy a refreshing time full of extraordinary feeling always from the hustle and bustle of the brand life. Pizzala and Bar Noga brought offer spin Eastern of wine cheese cooked with carefully selected ingredients. Their specialty is margherita pizza, a larger size than your face. Smells so nice and tasty. Baked in wood-burning pizza oven from Naples in Italy. Fresh raw ham salad and service on order, and hot aglio and perfect side dish that go well with a chalk drink. Here I give you a quiz. It is very popular in Akihabara and you see everywhere. What is it? The answer is gajapon, or the machine that you insert coins into a salad and turn the level and pop out of the ball-shaped cups with the toning inside. Have you ever tried one? Next, I introduce the nice shop of Akihabara food lovers recommendation. Tamago Ken, a shop with yellow sign located in the depths of the narrow area on the right side. Representative menu in many restaurants in Japan is omelette rice. Ketchup flavored chicken fried rice is warmed with in omelettes or topped with omelettes. Delicately cooked and cut open on the rice, it is very popular from adults to children. The unique one with half-cooked omelets is common in Japan, maybe because fresh eggs are always available. Tamago Ken is a shop specialized in such unique omelette rice. Its ground floor is open kitchen, and you can see chefs and cooking while enjoying piping hot, fresh-made omelette rice. You assumably feel happy when you put a spoon into chicken fried rice topped with very soft and creamy omelettes. You can choose the sauce to be poured on your omelette rice. Especially popular sauces are light-tasted tomato sauce cooked with white wine and a rich demi-glace sauce made from beef stirred with red wine. If you choose half and half, you can enjoy two different sauces. Actually, homemade vegetable pictures served with omelette rice are talked about a lot of guests. They are tasty and you can take them as much as you can eat. That makes your meal well balanced and nourishes. There are tables on the second floor. I recommend you to come to Mokoken with your friends or family. The taxi heads for the final stop be the Chuo Street. After coming back to Chuo Street, the taxi passes by Don Quixote, a large discount chain store. On the 8th floor of the Don Quixote building is the AKB48 Center. AKB48, a female hand and national icon, was born in Akihabara and owns the street of the platform. AKB stands from Akihabara. AKB48 changed the previous image of idol with its Sangen idol whom you can actually meet. AKB48 worked hard to interact with fans by performing almost every day on the stage and had handshake event where you can actually shake hands with your famous fan member. Just AKB48 gained popularity little by little. Now, AKB48 has become a big name and everybody knows it. However, its members' activities started from the small stage in Don Quixote building in Akihabara. Performances are still often held on the stage and keep attracting many fans from throughout Japan and a symbolic side of the idol culture in Akihabara. Why don't you visit the stage to enjoy the members' stage and actually meet idols? The Don Quixote is located up ahead on your left side. Now, I remember another event that I recommend you to actually see. It is Kandashan Festival. Have you ever visited Kandashan before? Kandashan is a Shinto shan with a long history and long as 1,300 years, and representative Shinto shan in Tokyo, located in just 10 minutes walking distance from JR Akihabara Station. The shan holds Kanda Festival once every 2 years. Kanda Festival is a very famous festival that has been held since the 16th century, early Edo period. It is one of the three major festivals in Japan along with Ginko Festival in Kyoto and Tenjin Festival in Osaka. There is a Gundam cafe in the area called Crossfield located in the traveling direction. Do you know the animation Mobile Suit Gundam? The first series aired in 1979. Coincidentally, the same year when Sony Walkman was released. Since then, new series were made one after another to be aired on TV or screened really long-running anime works. From 1928 to 1989, Kanda vegetable and fruit market, the biggest one in Japan, was located around here. After the market moved, the area was rebuilt and an IT hub named Crowfield and opened 2006. On the right side, under the Evolved Railway, can you find Gundam Cafe? The railway company, GR East, has been promoting to make a good use of under the Evolved Railway, establishing attractive shops and festive. At the corner, there is Chabala, where carefully select food products from all over Japan are sold. Next facility of Chabala is Sick Base Aokioka. This is a chemical factory opened in 2019. Which always thrill you with new discoveries and great buys. And a base where you can seek through it offers various kinds of shops specializing in your hobby, a coffee and hotel. Right side is the Hitachi-go Breeding Tokyo District, a whiskey distillery and dining bar. You can enjoy whiskey and exclusive craft beer made of their own wood. The factory also includes the second base, a camera shop sells many pre-owned cameras and introduces ample lens. Recover Akihabara shop, a shop specialized in the pro-owned CDs and records. Final store directly managed by Fano, a Japanese earphone and headphone company. Tokyo Video Games, a cafe and bar, looks like a retail game article, where you can enjoy playing games and articles. The place look at the right-hand side. There is Akihabara branch of Tokyo Labo, a taiko or Japanese drum school of the largest scale in the world. Also, there are 2K540 Akioka stands across Kuramaebashi Street in the training direction. 2K540 means 2 kilometers and 540 meters by railroad term, the distance from Tokyo Station. Facility, which features the Center of Manufacturers, opened in December 2010. It includes Ippon department store, where surprise scenes of various parts of Japan are selected and introduced, and gallery, studios, cafes, and shops. All of them are engaged in by skilled craftsmen. By the way, Akihabara also has an art center, 3331 at Chiyoda. From here, it is located in front right area. 3331 at Chiyoda was opened 2010, based in the renovated Rinsen Junior High School, a former Chiyoda City Public Junior High School. Since then, it has serviced and both an artistic hub for anyone want to correct and express and well and relaxing space for the community. Its programs varies not only exhibition of contemporary art, artistically designed physical expression and local history and culture, but also events and workshops. Finally, I will introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation, Japan shop. It is fruit due season. Do you remember that I told you at the beginning of the tour that where was the largest vegetable and fruit market? Kanda Vegetable and Fruit Market from 1928 and 1989 in Akihabara. At that time, fresh vegetables and fruits gathered to Akihabara from throughout Japan. The shop where the atmosphere of the butcher's market still remains its fruits the season. When the market was to be moved, a family-run wholesale business opened the shop wishing to keep the place where people can eat a lot of tasty fruits. The season special is very local fruits parfait. Only fruit specialties would be able to make this perfect. With more than 10 different kinds of fresh fruits on the season, carefully selected around discreetly. Females and children and will and males associate exactly in front of the artist's profit. Another popular menu is sandwich made on the handmade chorus baked on the shop every morning. Set menu consists of the common sandwich, small pieces of fruit cut up, drink, and small side parfait is healthy and nutritious. Located a little bit side of the center of Akihabara, fruit the season is something like an oasis of the town. Please come to the oasis in Akihabara to refresh your body and spirit tide in the hectic city. Now, I'd finished to introduce 10 nice restaurants of Akihabara food lovers' recommendation. Are there any shops you are interested in, or you'd like to try? Then, I will tell you the region of the name of Akihabara. Tokyo frequently had fairs since Edo period. Nothing had changed even in Meiji province, and there was a terrible fire in 1869. After the fire, the place around here was arranged to be a fair break. In the space, a Shindo-shan was built and 3 details who prevent fires were invited from the improvised place and issued. However, people misunderstood that Akihabara Daigogen, a famous deity who prevents fire, was enshrined, so people called the shrine Akiba-sama and the area Akiba-gogen, no Akiba, or Akihabara, means the field of the Akiba-gogen Daigogen shrines. Hara in Japanese means field or open space. They say this is the origin of the name Akihabara. People in other countries are often considered manga or anime are for small children, but in Japan, also enjoy manga and anime. There have been emakimono or illustrated hand scroll that depict stories with pictures and text. For more than 1,000 years in Japan, people enjoyed stories following drawing and text scrolling emakimono. You may call this is a hand-opened animated movie. The emakimono of the Tale of Genji is well known and designed as a national trouser. another national treasures Chuju, Jinbutsu Ginga. Emakimono was something that well-educated such as cars people enjoyed. Just in Japan, manga and anime had been powerful and effective tools to convey information. They are now used in schools, companies, and even by the government. Furthermore, mascot chapters are popular in Japan, and there are great variety of mascot cultures and uncontrollable numbers of the local mascots. Even the government and the police office have their own mascot chapters. The front left side of you is Yodobashi camera, multimedia Akiha. Yodobashi camera is a major Japanese retail chain specialized in electric pieces, cameras, and photographic equipment, and this is the second largest store in Japan after Uemeda store in Osaka. My tour guide friends often say this building had a black hole because some of their guests have disappeared in the building and never come back again. The guests who fortunately could come back alive would say they don't understand why they were late for the meeting time. Now, there is an entrance to the Tsukuba Express Akihabara station on your right side. Tsukuba Express went into operation in 2005, linking between IT town Akihabara and Tsukuba Science City in 45 minutes. There are so many good restaurants I'd like to introduce to you, and good foods in Akihabara and are very rich. I shall be happy if I could have covered the attractions of the town of Otaku that you didn't know. When you visit Akihabara for sightseeing, please enjoy its unique food and restaurants. After the tour, we'd appreciate if you take a few minutes to fill out our questions before leaving. Thank you very much for joining Akihabara Hybrid Experience Tour.